Hour. I'm doing some readings for you tonight. I do this every couple of weeks. Do my best to keep it a Tuesday, if I'm not traveling, that is. Um, and so, simple format. I am gonna just let you put your questions into the comments or wherever it is. From what you can see, I'm going to let you put in the comments section there what questions you have you want me to read for. That's what I'm doing this for. So, when I was getting into metaphysics, spirituality, consciousness, energy, that sort of thing. In London, like 20 years ago, I'd go for readings and just 'cause I was interested, just trying to find out about it all and learn something, ask questions. I find I wouldn't always have lots and lots of questions. I might just have one or two, right? So that's why I'm doing this. A couple of questions can take up a lot of mind, a lot of space in one's mind, and so on. And that's what I'm doing this for. For those of you that are in the KC area, I have a class on not next week, but the week after, on the 24th. It's an in-person class. I'll be doing sound healing there. If you're in town with me, there's an amazing place called Your Wellness Connection, and wonderful people there, and I'm very honoured to go there. On the 20th, which is a couple of days before, and that's on the spring equinox, I will be giving an online class on Zoom to connect with that, because I do like the spring equinox as a focal point, and we'll be connecting with the energies of Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Melchizedek. If that's of interest to you, those three together. So looking forward to that. So I don't really have anything else to say. I'm a little tired today, if I'm being honest with you. But it's a pleasure to be here. So I'm just see if we got any questions yet. And we don't. Okay. So I will just hello Linda, hello Renee. You both for being on today with me. I'll just hang here for a minute or two. If no questions come in, then it's an early evening for us all, isn't it? I posted this on like the Instagram and Facebook stories, so maybe people didn't see it. But if we've got a quiet night today, then that's fine with me. Hello, Vicky. Oh, Vicky, I'm in Cleveland. I'm coming to Cleveland. When am I coming? At the end of the month, start of April. I'll be in Cleveland the 31st, 1st, and 2nd. Oh, Linda, you don't have to ask questions. You don't have to ask questions. Wow, Nikita, you're in England. You're in England, so you recognize the accent. Since no one's asking me any questions, Nikita, tell me where you're from. I'm from London. Really, whatever you're asking. Bearing in mind, we can't have a back and forth, right? So, give me a. If you don't, no one has to ask a question, but if you have one, go for it. Oh, here they come. From Newcastle. I never went to Newcastle. I've been to most places in the UK. Okay, here they all come. All right, Diana. Good evening, Diana. Let's see. Will I be the right person for me? I'm trying to find the love of my life, my twin flame and soulmate. Struggle with relationships and not sure why. Yeah, it's not just you, Diana. All right, here we go. Diana, take a breath with me, if you would, my dear. Okay, so just kind of going in order here, because you've asked quite a bit there, Diana. For what you're asking, and you're going big, and I fully support that. Okay, fully support that. I'm not seeing that this year. Okay, this year for you seems to be. Let me just show you the progression. Okay, so you don't think I'm just wherever. This is a card I get for this year. Okay, it's the ten of wands here. I don't usually show cards, but I'm feeling to for you here because I want you to have a visual. Okay, ten of wands. Ten of wands is typically about overwhelm, burden. Having a lot on one's back, right? Having a lot to get done. Whereas for next year, as I'm looking at it, we've got the card. It's called Judgment. Okay, look at that. Come on, coming to life. You even say twin flame, right? So look behind her. Look behind her. That big old fire. It's the flame of the phoenix. Okay. So, bearing in mind, I know you come on these from time to time, Diana. I'm just pausing just to feel into the moment. If you need the second part of that question answered right now, okay? Because all of this, by the way, you're going to put down, right? So there just happen to be 10 things in his hands there. He can't pick up an 11th one, if you're catching my drift. But if he puts them all down, he can have something or someone in his arms. So I'm not feeling to get into the why of it. There's perfect timing with all these things. So I think maybe for another day or a few weeks' time, we can look at what the blocks have been, if that is even a pertinent question. Okay, Chrissy, will your job be moving? So what I'm getting here, Chrissy, I don't think the job is moving, but I think there's an opportunity for you to have some flexibility with that. Honestly, what I feel I'm picking up on is the trajectory of the company rather than the location. So what I think I'm getting is where the vision mission of your company is going, rather than and I don't know how comfortable you are with that, right? A lot's changing at the moment, lots in flux, and there's a lot of, as they say, pivoting going on. But the location, the physical location, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that changing, right? Renee, you're moving interstate in a month. You'd love to know if you see any work for you when you relocate. You're unemployed for some time now. So if I see any work for you when you relocate, okay, in a month's time. Okay, when you relocate, Renee, it's going to take a couple of months. I'm not seeing there being work for you when you arrive. I'm seeing it taking a couple of months, literally. Okay, um, I don't see there being a problem with money, for what it's worth, but about 2 months, about a couple of months, and then I can see you doing a couple of like odd or side things there too. But after a couple of months, tops three, that seems to be the sweet spot, and it's a good job. Okay, you didn't ask, but I'm just seeing because I'm seeing it here. You've done the right thing by choosing to relocate. Okay, I really do. I really do get that sense here. Okay, Nikita. Should you be concerned about your health right now? If you don't answer health, then should I rebuild the friendship that has come back to light? Okay. I love answering questions about health only because I can't talk back, but I will. I'm just going to have a check-in about it, and look at the friendship thing. You know, Nikita, I'm a little concerned as I'm looking at this, and I'm just going to say a little concerned. And I'd rather just say this than pussyfoot around it. I'm getting some things about inflammation here. I'm not. Let me just be clear. I'm not worried. I'm just a little concerned. So I want to speak to you. I want to remind you about getting sleep, and it must be after midnight where you are. So I want to remind you about sleep. I remind you about hydration. You to me, you look, you know what I'm saying? You look particularly dehydrated. And I know I've just said blindingly obvious things here, but I'm surprised how infrequently people tend to those things. Look, I'm pot calling the kettle black. I've been up since 3, so I, with kids. Now, as I say, concerned, not worried. I feel this. I feel this resolves itself pretty well. But it's what bugs me as I'm looking at this, Nikita, is it's like I feel like your health. You're not that invested in your health. Like it's. I wish it was more important to you. I get that you're asking the question, but I wish it was a bit more important to you. And perhaps through this right now, it will become. All right. You've asked another question. Should you rebuild the friendship that has come back to light? I get a pretty clear no on that, Nikita. Yeah, I don't recommend you do. What I'm seeing here. The person looks the same, but I want to say vibration energy is different. Yeah. All right, better move on. Feel like being pushed for spirit to move, but you have no idea where in town, country, new town, new state. Can you give me any direction? I think I'm going to have to just go with direction. Mary Beth, I don't actually even know where you are. So, and I'm not going to see your comment right now, so don't reply. Let me just read on what you've asked here. Okay, so really, I've just checked into every direction because it's really all I can do right now. I get a really good read on northeast for you. Sorry, definitely east for you. And bearing in mind, there's more than one possibility for you, opportunity for you. A great read on northeast, a great read on southeast. Now, what I'm not clear on yet, and I'm going to have to move on, as it were. Can't get too into this. What I'm not clear on right now is if it's the northeast of this country, the southeast of this country, or northeast or southeast from where you are. You've asked me a very broad question there. So, maybe in a couple of weeks, hop on, ask the question again, give me some parameters to work with. But let's just say definitely not west. Okay, actually, no, I will just check in on that. I don't feel complete. Wow. Right. In which case, I was just checking in on whether it was a reasonably close move or a reasonably far one, and I'm getting that it's open right now. I'm getting that's actually open for you, so I will move on, Mary Beth, if it's time to. Brandy, happy birthday, by the way. So it's time, I'd like to know if I'm done with health issues for a while. My answer is yes to that, Brandy. There's a bit lingering around, and I think if we were speaking in person, you'd agree with that. I think you'd see that in your mobility, but compared to some of the things you've been through in these last 2-3 years, yes, you are through that. You are that through that. I mean, I feel a couple of things are going to flare up, but not to the same degree. I feel like yes, one, you've turned a new page in this, but also your, I don't know, your visioning, your mind, your how you want to see yourself. I think I'm gonna have to go with that. How you want to see yourself. Like that's gone up a level, right? And the rest of the body responds to that. So I could see a couple of things, over the next 2 to 10 years, but not to the point, not to the degree of things that you've gone through. No. Eleanor, legal problems with the sister is supposed to be being finished soon. Hope no surprises. Just want it over soon. Right. Yes, I see the, what's the word? I see the attrition, right? And yet you feel to me like you have it under control, right? Um, you know, I, people, as you'll probably see as we go through this, people ask questions and they throw the word soon in, and soon means something different to everyone. I'm getting the feeling like August for you, for this to be completed, Eleanor. I'm sure it feels frustrating, gut wrenching, what it is, whatever that is for you, as you're going through this. But um, I just want to offer to you. I'm not sugarcoating it. I just want to offer to you to maybe just step back from it, because it really feels like you have this under more control than maybe you feel like you do. Feels that how it feels and looks to me, and I just invite you to take a step back and look from a different perspective, a little slightly less detached perspective. I'm not saying to minimize it. I'm saying it for your own peace of mind. And if I am correct about August, then that's that's a good 5-6 months to resolution. Anywho, Carmen, a question about the job. Do you management coming in next? What? Is your job in jeopardy? Should you start looking, or you will have an option to stay? Do you management coming in next? I'm not. I don't know what you mean by that first part of the sentence. So, is your job in jeopardy? Should you start looking? Okay. Okay. There are changes. Okay. There are changes. Your job is not in jeopardy. There is no, no, I can't even, no, no. Your job is not in jeopardy, but I do recommend you look for a new one. Okay. This is sometimes what frustrates me about this format, because I'm not going to have a conversation about this with you, but I only have your question to go on. I do recommend you look for a new job. That is because of that is more out of a feeling of empowerment and being in control, right? There are changes. Your job is not in jeopardy, and I do recommend you look for a new one. Okay, I'm not going to start a separate conversation about this. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question, Carmen. Okay. All right. Okay. Vicky, do I see you moving to a new place? Being here 20 years plus. Natasha, your question is next, okay? I'm unclear if you mean a new city or a new building, Vicky, but let me just see what we get. I do see you moving, actually. I mean, I'm a little torn right now because my answer is yes, and that would answer your question. And I see you moving this year. All right. So shall move on. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Natasha, so I will go to you next. Angela, you'll be next. Okay. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. I felt strongly guided to quit one. What if? I'm slightly dyslexic, so I need to just do this a few times. I felt strongly guided to quit that's what you mean, one of my jobs and pursuing a spiritual path which you've begun. Is there any further steps advice Spirit would give me? Please and thank you. Okay. I am getting a no on that. I'm looking at this year, Natasha, and I'm getting a no on that. So I believe you're coming to the channeling on Friday. So why don't you ask a bit more about that, get an answer from a higher octave. I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing here now, though, that there is the light that you are already carrying, right? It's there. It's very much there. It's got to get a little stronger. There's other stuff you're carrying too. You're carrying pain in one. I don't mean hands. I'm seeing emotional pain, and I'm seeing pain isn't the right word, but your beliefs, your current belief of what you believe is possible to you is small, right? It's small, and there's work to do in breaking that down, in breaking out of that, right? And that's got to happen. That's the more that happens, the more light you're carrying, and then the easier spiritual work is to do, the better it goes. So that's what I'm going to say, and if what I've just said sounds like like I'm putting you off, I'm not putting you off. I'm not at all. Not at all. I see what you've got. It's more about giving you more time, to understand, to explore, to experience. Yeah. Angela, do I see you finding a new home within this month? You're saying in the next month. I'm stretching it if I'm saying a month. I don't think I almost want to say definitely yes. I don't, if you're going to hold me to 30 days, 31 days, I feel like it might be 1 or 2 days more than that. But so let's just say, how about we say in the next 4 or 5 weeks? I do think that. So there's a bit of a balancing act for you to do here, Angela. Right now, not for say. I haven't got the word, but for a period of time, maybe a few days, a week, week and a half, but something like that. Let spirit do its thing. Whatever you call spirit, let it do its thing behind the scenes, invisibly, just get things into place and so on. I feel like around about a week and a half, that's your time, your turn to jump in, take the steering wheel and so on. If you are concerned about there being, interference a little bit down the road, there's going to be interference down the road. But the support that you have inside and outside is greater than that. Sometimes I think we want to make a mistake by thinking the road ahead has to be completely clear and so on. And sometimes it is for a period of time. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes we have to clear it ourselves. Okay. Isabel, thank you for any guidance. Okay, just give me a second. Just okay. There's a couple of different things I want to say about what I'm seeing around you, Isabel. I follow a couple of surfers on Instagram, and I think they're skim boarders. It's not like a big surfboard. I'm just amazed what these people can do with a bit of surf, with a bit of waves, so close to the shore. Incredible things. So it's like in a way, analogously, I'm seeing like waves crashing around you. It's a bit choppy, and that's that's a signifier analogous and symbol of the emotional body. What bothers me about that is it's putting you off, seems to be putting you off connecting with your own emotions. Now, let me change subject for a minute. I'm really like what I'm seeing about some of the people around you. I feel like you've got good people around you, solid people that you can talk to. You can have fun with. The question I would put to you, Isabel, is, are you, right? Speaking to someone at the start of this session tonight, and there was inflammation, and I feel like she wasn't drinking enough. Like I feel like you could do with drinking a little more water. I also feel like you could do with going out for drinks with some of your friends. Third thing I'm going to say is if things feel like they're going slowly or even backwards, remember just that the great advice of the bow and arrow that, of course, has to be pulled back to fly forwards. Okay, so you have good people around you, and people are, to each of us, are one of our forms of energy, one of our forms of resources. So use that. Use that to one of the greatest ways that we can really love ourselves is listening to ourselves and letting ourselves feel our emotions. So let me go with that. This is being recorded. You can go back and listen to this if you want to. We're 40 minutes in, okay? Sure. And I thought I was getting tonight off, huh? Hello, Alexander. Guys, you tore your ACL. You can't walk. Oh no. I'm sorry. You can't work either. Contemplating if you're going to have to let some work go. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Okay. I'm not going to ramble at you about all the support that's around you. I feel like I feel I've said that enough over the last couple of years or so to you. What I'll say is this, that I do think you're to let go of some work. I do see that you in more than one way need that rest. This wasn't said directly to me like 10 years ago. It was said to someone else, and I was called in just to hold space for them. So Archangel Michael, he came through my friend to speak to someone else who Spirit was asking to stop for a while. and this gentleman was tremendously worried about that, and he said, I can't stop, and so on. And so Archangel Michael said to him, said, consider that you're being benched for a while, like an athlete. And when you're benched, you're still getting paid, so you just don't have to do the work. So I'm going to ask you, Alexander, to differentiate. Differentiate. Let me back up. Whoever I was, Isabel. I was just speaking to Isabel, giving the example of pulling the bow back, the arrow flies. Okay. I would say something similar for you. You need a bit of a pause around you so that you can go higher. And my friend, there's money around. Okay. So I want to say yes. Let go of some work. It's letting go of current work. It's not letting go of future work. It's actually creating greater and more opportunity. So don't be afraid to take this pause, is what I want to say to you. Okay. Mary, what or when will things open up for you job-wise? Okay. So I don't enjoy being the bearer of this news. I'm seeing May. There is something in the way for this month, something in the way for April, but May looks wonderful. I'm not going to get into the what, because I can't have a dialogue with you right now like this, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. What you do with that, if I'm gonna be honest with you, Mary, if I went for a reading, as I do sometimes with a friend of mine, if I went for a reading and was told that, I don't know that I would stop looking for work. But that's what I'm getting for you in terms of really opening up. That's what I'm getting for you. Okay. Lena, I was thinking of you the other day. I hope you're well. I hope everyone's well. My mum really can't live alone. Mum really can't live alone safely anymore. Is it wise to move into her in-law apartment to be closer to her? Yes. Yeah. Sorry that took so long. Yes, I do recommend that, Belina. Yeah. Barbara, your cousin. Wondering if your cousin, who isn't in contact due to an argument, will contact you. Should you just let him and his family go? Barbara, didn't I feel like you asked? Didn't you ask this question a while ago? This is something's very familiar about it. Anyway, cousin who isn't will contact you. Okay. So, I'm seeing someone that is right on the fence and he wants to contact you, okay? I feel like you need to hear that. Is he going to? I'm telling you, this is right on the fence. The reading is so balanced. But you've asked a question. You've asked, should you let him and his family go? I'm going to slightly reword that, which maybe isn't fair, but I'm going to anyway. I'm going to say let them be. Because because that's what I'm seeing here. Like I see you in contact with them later down the line, and the things are sharp right now, and things are abrasive right now. Um, uh, we want to think in black and white, don't we? Especially when people upset us and don't show up for us and all of that. But you know, we can't wash our hands of family forever, and they are family. He is family. So you be you. You be you, and untether yourself from them. Let them be them. There's an expression which I'm going to maybe it's in poor taste to say it. I apologize if so. The best criticism of the bad is the practice of the better, or the practice of the good. It's something like that. So you focus on creating your beautiful life. Okay. Instead of what someone or some other people are doing or not doing. That is a far better investment of your time and energy and intention, vitality right now. Okay. Okay. Oh, Emily Long. Are you wondering if you get substantial raises promotion this year with where you're working? All right, I'm just going to have to tell you what I'm seeing, and I will deal with that. I'm not seeing this, Emily. I don't actually think you're going to be with this company for a great deal longer. I would be surprised if you're still with this company for the end, through past the end of this year. I'm not seeing. I could read this as a promotion, but I'm not. I'm seeing this as you leaving. Yeah. So I. Well, it's my job to tell you what I'm seeing here. My apologies for being, if I'm being blunt or terse. I certainly don't mean to. All right. I'm getting short on time. And just being honest with you all here, I will answer this question. I'd appreciate it if if you're on right now, if you're watching me right now, appreciate if you'd stay around. I always like to finish these with a prayer. A prayer for you all, a prayer for the world, and acknowledge I'm not going to really get to any more questions past Sherry's right now, but I'd appreciate if you would stay for that. See if I see you reconnecting with the person you were dating last year. Okay. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. Yes. And it looks really good. It looks really good, Sherry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nice to finish on something happy. All right. Everyone take a breath with me, please, if you would. Just take a breath. Just bring your attention to your chest, and just while we're feeling there, while we're connecting there, while we're doing the same thing, I want to just call forth a prayer for each of you, for your families, for everything that's important to you. I start there because we have to tend to our own house first. We, of course, if we're connecting in conscious intention, a lot of people hurting, in pain and in danger, of course, in the Ukraine. We're going to include Russia in this prayer and ask that we, as one little group, praying for a few moments together, connect with all the others that are praying equally. Calling forth resolution. Change that needs to happen, but minimum damage, minimum life loss. And to the other areas and places and people of the world where there is turbulence, challenge, constriction, that are not being covered by the news. We call forth love, support for them, for all that's going on there. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I should probably just show you this. I have a membership group here. Doing some lovely stuff together. So that's on Patreon. I'm going to move that this year to a new platform, but I'm just sharing that it's there. As time goes by, I'm probably going to be doing more with them than on here. So just inviting you to join that. I've got a Zoom class on the 20th. That's for the equinox. That's on my website. It's going to be on this page too, if you look for it there. So on the 20th, it's working with Archangel Michael, Metatron, and Melchizedek. It's what came up to do. And that's about all I got to say. So thank you all for sticking around. Appreciate some extra hands in prayer and so on. I appreciate it. Thank you for staying around. God bless. Be well. You have a good week, and I will see you soon.